1, 2, 3, 4 times in a year, the meeting should be conducted by the companies. These provisions may be exempted by the central government. A right person has to convey about the meeting information to all the members, which meeting we are conducting, where we are conducting the meeting, whether it is a registered office or any other place or the same city or other city, that mention the place clearly. Warm welcome to my dear students. In today's session, we are going to discuss about BCom second semester Company Law Unit 4 Session 2. I'm Professor Rajesh Ella from Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In our previous session, we have discussed about what is a meeting and why the company has to conduct the meeting. So which are the meetings are to be conducted by the company, and whatever the points they're going to discuss, what we are going to call them, like the points, whatever they're going to discuss, it will be called as business to be transacted. In that one, we had ordinary business points and special business points also. Even we have discussed about the types of meetings, and even in that one, we have discussed about annual general body meeting as well as extraordinary general meeting. In today's session, we are going to discuss about board of directors meeting, and even we are going to discuss about which meeting is called valid meeting and what are the requirements are there to say that one this should be called as a valid meeting. The first concept of today's session is meeting of board of directors. The provisions regarding board meeting are: the first one, the board meeting must be held once in every 3 calendar months. They're saying that one, the board meeting should be conducted every 3 months of the calendar months. Means, for example, 3 months means Jan, February, March. As soon as we complete Jan, February, March, in the month of April, I have to conduct a meeting. April, May, June, I have to conduct a meeting in the July. And July, August, September, we have to conduct a meeting in the October. Next, October, November, December, a meeting has to be conducted in the January. Means every 3 months, completion of 3 months, the board of directors have to conduct a meeting. It is compulsory for all the companies. At least 4 times in a year. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a year, the meeting should be conducted by the companies. These provisions may be exempted by the central government. Notice of board meeting shall be given in writing to every director for the time being in India at his usual address in India. They're saying that one, notice means a communication of the meeting will be sent to all the board of directors in the writing, and that should be sent to the registered addresses as per the Indian documents, whatever they have here, and not for the outsiders. Board meeting, participation of directors. So they're saying that all the directors should participate in the meeting as and when it is required for the presence of them. Board of directors should be present in person or by video conference. Sometimes if I'm outside the place, so I can join the meeting through the video conference. The central government may change the matter from time to time. They're saying that the matters can be changed by the central government. Certain information or the procedure can be modified as per the required situations or the present scenario. Things based on that, there may be changes in the meeting or the points to be discussed here. Quorum of meetings. Quorum means the minimum number of members should be in the meeting if they want to take any certain decision. If I want to take certain decision in a meeting, the minimum number of members are required for every company. 1/3 of the total strength of the directors or 2 directors, whichever is higher. They're saying that one, either 1/3 of the board of directors, the total strength of the board of directors, like assume that we have here 10 members here. So 1/3 means either 3 members should be there in the meeting, or it may be 2 directors should be minimum in the meeting. Here, as at 3 members, we'll get 3.33. We don't have 3.3. That has been rounded up to 3 members here. The next, vacant director's post cannot be considered for the total number. Means assume that In our company, we have 10 board of directors, but in that one, we have appointed only 8 members. Still 2 members are missing here. So now the total number is not 10 here, it is 8. Out of 8, it should be 1/3. Out of 8, it should be 1/3 members. Quorum is required throughout the meeting. They're saying that when in the meeting, the presence of members should be there till they conclude the meeting. It is not like that. I will attend the meeting and I'll sign the records and I'll move from the meeting here. That should not happen here. I should be there in the meeting to discuss all the business matters, and then it has to be finalized. Like for example, if the video conference has been made here, that should be present till the completion of the meeting here. It is not like that. I switch on the video and I left my place. It is recording all the information. So I can come and have the later. It is not like that. We have to be there in the meeting compulsorily till it is concluded. Adjournment of meeting. If the quorum is not there, meeting will be adjourned till the same day of the next week. They're saying that one. Like for example, today, that is nothing but 6th July 2023, we plan to conduct a meeting. There was no quorum. So it has been cancelled and it has been postponed to the next week of the same day. Same day means here, it is nothing but Thursday. Next Thursday, the meeting has to be conducted. And the next concept in today's session is very important here. The essential requirements of the valid meeting. If I want to call a meeting is valid, so then what are the essential points are there? The first point we have here, proper authority to convey meetings. Here, they're saying that one, a right person has to convey about the meeting information to all the members, which meeting we are conducting and why the meeting has been conducting, for what purpose. Like for example, if it is the AGM, the secretary has to communicate all the information. If it is a board of directors, if it is only related to certain project, they have to call only certain project people here. For example, I want to conduct a board of directors meeting only with the production department. So I have to call only the members of the production department, not on the sales department, whatever we have here. So instead of calling sales department, we have to call only the production department here. Next, proper and adequate notice of the meeting should be given. They're saying that a proper information should be given here, stating that one, for what purpose a meeting is called and whom we are calling for the meeting and what are the points are to be discussed in that meeting, and the meeting time, date, place, everything should be clearly mentioned in the notice of what we are sending to the members. And the next one, content of the notice. Content is nothing but agenda. Agenda is nothing but here the points to be discussed in the meeting. And now, who will be the authorized person in the meeting takes the responsibility. He will be called as a chairman of the meeting. So, for every meeting, whether the president of the company or CEO of the company may be the chairman of the meeting, and in some cases, they may say that when the other person will be called as the chairman of the present meeting. Like for example, they may appoint a person who will be the chairman for the next meeting. In the previous meeting, they'll decide that one, whether president or secretary or any other concerned authorized person for the meeting. Like in the board of directors, they may decide that one, the right person for the right discussion will be the right person. Here means here, either secretary will be the right person to take the chair of the meeting today. So he will be the chairman of the meeting to discuss certain matters. Quorum of the meeting. Quorum is nothing but the minimum number of members should be there in a meeting. Proxy. Assume that if I'm not in a position to attend a meeting, I can send on behalf of me some other person to attend the meeting. But if I'm sending any person to the meeting, it should not be a minor person. And it should not be an insolvent person, or it should not be a lunatic person. Lunatic means a person who is not in a position to understand the concept, mentally disabled person. And I have to send the right person for the meeting. He is having the right only to vote and not to discuss any matters in the meeting. Agenda of the meeting means the points to be discussed here. Motion means here, motion is nothing but where the points have been discussed and it has been finalized. Methods of voting. Voting is nothing but here in a meeting. There are different types of voting concepts are there. What we are going to discuss in the next session regarding which concept will be better for our company, either by voting in the concept of raising the hands or just making sound in the meeting, or just taking the chits of different colors. Like this, there are plenty of things are there. Or saying, yes, 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 I'll agree, I agree, I agree. In this way, we are going to have the methods of voting, like agreeing by saying louder, I agree. The point, I'll agree, I support. Like this, they are going to say some information, and we are going to have the resolution. Resolution means accepting the points of the agenda. Minutes of the meeting, recording of each and every point in the books. That is minutes of the meeting. This is the responsibility of the company secretary to record all the informations of every meeting, whatever the conduct in the company. As we were discussing certain points, we have came across with the word notice. Notice is an instrument giving intimation. Intimation means information to all the persons who are entitled to attend the meeting regarding the place, date, time, purpose of the meeting. Notice is nothing but a communication has been made to all the members stating that one, what is the time, date, place, and each and every point, what should be discussed in the meeting. Those information will be sent to all the people who are entitled to attend the meeting. Requisites of a valid notice are, see, which are called a valid notice and which is not a valid notice, we are going to discuss here. The first one here, notice must be issued in accordance with the provisions of the norms. They're saying that one notice should be issued as per the norms. Norms here means, for example, if we are going to conduct a meeting on 6th August 2023, then I have to send a notice to the people immediately. Means from today, we have nearly 30 days for the meeting here. I have to send the notice today itself, where it has to reach the people before 4 days of the date of meeting. Means within 2nd August, it has to reach the members here. For that reason, the notice has to be sent immediately. Next one, it should be in writing. The notice always should be in writing. Writing means here it has to be typed and it has to be sent to all the members. I cannot call all the members and saying that, hello, my dear member, tomorrow we have a meeting, please come. I cannot call and inform them. Orally, I cannot communicate. And sometimes oral may also be sufficient if it is extraordinary meeting, not for other type of meeting here. Notice must be state that nature of meeting. The notice has to be in such a way that when, for what purpose the meeting is made or is going to be conducted and why it is required and what is the necessity of my presence in the meeting. Notice must be given not only to the members but also to all the person entitled to attend a meeting. For example, in case of AGM, notice has to be served to the auditors of the company also. They're saying that one, not only the members of the company who are entitled for the, who are working for the company, so they also be intimated that one, a notice should be given to such members also. For example, in AGM, when the company is doing a annual general body meeting, when they're conducting AGM, even they have to send a notice to the auditors of the company to attend the meeting compulsorily. Requisites of a valid, next point, what we have here, proper length of notice must be given. Like as I said to people, that information should be sent 21 days notice in the writing. A meeting may be called by a shorter notice if all the members give their consent. If all the members agree that one, so we can conduct a meeting within 1 week also, or else it should be a 21 days period has to be mentioned. Notice must be adequate. It must clearly state place, date, hour. They have to clearly mention that one, where we are conducting the meeting, whether it is a registered office or any other place or the same city or other city. They have to mention the place clearly and even the time. They have to mention time clearly. If I say only 3, what is that 3? Whether it is a 3 a.m. or p.m. So it is 3 p.m. Actually, as per norms, whatever we have here, the meeting should be conducted between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the meeting, if I say 3 means it is 3 p.m. only. It is not 3 a.m. I have to understand that one. But some members will raise a query. You people have not mentioned properly here. You have just mentioned here only 3 here. So I cannot attend the meeting here. So I have to clearly mention hour of the meeting, and a complete agenda has to be appended as a part of notice. Means the agenda means the points to be discussed has to be clearly mentioned, which is the first priority, which point we have to discuss first, and which is second, third, fourth, and how many points we have to discuss in the present meeting. Notice must be signed and issued by a proper authority. The notice has to be signed by the concerned person only, and in majority of the cases, the company secretary has to sign the records and has to send the information to all the members. Notice is not the same as a circular. Notice is not a circular. Notice is a communication of the meeting, date, time, and other information to be discussed in a certain date. Those things, it will be served. Notice given to members, but circulars are given to customers and public. See clearly, they're saying that when a communication is made to the members, then it is called notice. And if we are sending a circular, circular is only for the general public or to the customers. Now, as I said that one, who should be the chairman of the meeting? Unless otherwise laid down in the article, the members personally present at the meeting shall elect a chairman. They're saying that one, if we have not mentioned in the articles of association, then the people who are present in the first AGM, they appoint a chairman for the next meeting. Or sometimes by a voting poll, means it's nothing but they'll select through voting. And it must be taken forth with the chairman elected for the purpose. Means they have to say that when this person has been appointed as the chairman of the meeting, and he will be conveyed with certain information, and the same information that should be informed to the ROC also. Every director has one vote, but the chairman will be having extra vote. Means every member of the company will be having one vote, but the chairperson of the meeting will be having 2 votes. The next point to be discussed here, proxy. What is this proxy? Proxy means any member entitled to attend and vote in a meeting can appoint another person to attend vote on his behalf. The person appointed called be proxy. They're saying that when I'm not in a position to attend the meeting, I can appoint a third person to attend the meeting and vote on behalf of me, and he doesn't have any right to discuss certain business matters. He is having only right to raise his hand or to vote for the thing. The appointment of a proxy must be made by a written instruction. Means I have to write a letter to the concerned authorities that I'm not in a position to attend the meeting on behalf of me. I have appointed a third person to attend the meeting, and his name, address and phone number, everything can be mentioned in the, and it should be mentioned in the notice or a letter what we are communicating to the higher authorities. And one more information, the member, even he may be a other board of directors also. A proxy is not entitled to speak in the meeting. As I said that one, a proxy means when I appoint a third person, he doesn't have any rights to discuss any matters. He should not speak in the meeting. He is having only to vote here. A proxy need not be a member. A proxy may not be a member also, or he can be member of the organization also. See, at the time of proxy, what are the points we have to remember? Appointment of proxy is very important, and he may be a member or a non-member. And a minor cannot be appointed as the proxy here. And representative person whom we are going to send, he should be a capable person to know and understand and vote on behalf of the concerned person here. And appointment, whatever we are going to make a third person, that should be in a writing, and it should be submitted or handed over to the concerned authorities. Form number MGT 11 should be submitted for the proxy. We have to deposit the document with the concerned authorities, and it is valid for urgent meeting also. Means if the meeting is cancelled and arranged in the next week, even this proxy is applicable for the next meeting also. Might be the member of the company, even the proxy may be the member of the company also. The proxy has right to vote but not right to speak, is having only to raise the hand and vote for the person or the point, whatever they are discussing, but you should not talk anything in the meeting. Notice of the meeting that should be given, even it has to be sent to the proxy. Members' right to inspect the proxy. Even the remaining other members can verify the proxy whether he is a right person who is attending the meeting, or whether he wants to make any issues or wants to create any problems in the meeting. Revocation of proxy. Revocation means cancellation. Even the members can cancel the proxy, stating that one is not a right person to attend the meeting. So yeah, you have to appoint a new person for the meeting, or you don't have any rights to send in. Members of a company not having share capital or not entitled to appoint the proxy. They're saying that when if the members of the company doesn't have the share capital, they're not entitled to appoint a proxy and send him for the meeting here. Thank you, dear students. In today's session, we learned about board of directors meeting. Every company has to conduct a board of meeting after 3 months. That is the completion of 3 months. It has to conduct in 1 year. At least it has to conduct 4 meetings compulsorily. And even we have discussed about the valid requirements of a meeting, what are the points are there, and if it is not there, then it can be cancelled. The meeting can be cancelled here if it is not following certain norms. And even we discussed certain points which are very important for your examination point of view, as well as for other purpose also. Chairman, proxy, notice, these are the major terms what we have discussed in our today's session. Thank you to one and all.